Creating a workflow related to hand restoration along with content preprocessors and model sharing is relatively new.
This workflow comes from a creator on YouTube.
In fact, its core components are a content preprocessor and a model. I'll first load a default tattoo image workflow here. Where should I apply the hand-related content? This app is used for local retouching and image generation, so we need to encode this image. Then why am I talking about all this if there's already a workflow? May this bring you some inspiration? The image needs to be encoded to enter the latent space. So I'll try another black sampler using the same positive and negative prompts as before. Let me check it out too. So now it's just a simple tattoo design. Then we can input this image into the image-to-image generation process. For the hand area, we still need to do local repaints as usual. Since we need to repaint this area locally, we should use a VAE encoder with a mask. Stick on, stick on, stick on. Where did this mask come from? You can get it from the preprocessor of ControlNet. Right-click to find the new preprocessor for ControlNet, this one here. If you don't have it, please update. Image after image, mask after mask. The contrast preprocessor is already connected. What are we still missing? We still need a model and an application of contrast. This model can be downloaded from Hugging Face. After loading this model, the three-part contrast setup is complete. Positive input leads to positive output. Reverse and reverse. How much weight should be used here? Why 0.55? What's the basis for that? According to this paper, he says that 0.55 might be the best value. If it's below this value, it's likely to get out of control. If it's higher than this value, the hand texture may disappear. So I'll use 0.55 here and click generate. Okay, now we can see that the fingers have changed, but actually it's still not perfect. What does this have to do with anything? This has to do with this mask, specifically the mask used for local repaint. We drag it out, preview the mask with the image, something like this. This might still be unclear. Let's take a look at this image preview. Okay, now I'm generating a depth map and a mask from this ControlNet Preprocessor. This depth map is used in conjunction with the hand model for depth. This mask is incorporated into the VAE encoding mask, so the area it redraws is very limited. At the same time, the article also provides solutions. What if we create a bigger mask? Can this solve the problem? Does anyone think of expanding this mask? I don't feel very confident about it. For example, take the hand in the original image. Even if the mask is expanded, how much should it be expanded? So this time I won't choose to use segment anything to generate a mask. This is where we use the simple segment. The same applies to images. Connect to the mask, then connect the mask to this VA encoding section below and replace the original mask. Here, we select Mask to Image as well, which is used for previewing. You need to load a detector here, then choose Hand and regenerate it. As you can see, the result will be better than before. To get related files and workflows, follow the official account AI-KSK. If you're a Douyin user, just join my Douyin fan group. Finally, I'll share some personal content. Do you think this hand looks normal? Sometimes AI may draw unnatural hands, leading to poor results. Compared to the 3-part video I shared 6 months ago on how to fix hands in Web UI, today's workflow is much simpler, at least in application. Navigate to Running Property AI or click the link in the introduction section to register. You'll receive 12 GPs daily and 100 points each time you log in. The corresponding AI workflows and one-click AI applications have been deployed online and can now be run and tested directly.